princess and has shocked royal watchers and delighted fashion commentators with a hair transformation no one saw coming. Her first significant style change in more than 50 years. For decades, the Princess Royal has been defined by her signature bouffant, a teased and tucked style that became as much a part of her public image as her no-nonsense attitude and tireless work ethic. But at the glittering state banquet at Windsor Castle on July 8, 2025, held in honor of French President Emmanuel Macron and his wife Brigitte, and arrived in a look that stopped everyone in their tracks. Instead of the familiar upswept crown of hair, she appeared with a sleek, low chignon, softly pinned, perfectly neat, and undeniably modern. Paired with the dazzling diamond festoon tiara she's worn on rare occasions since receiving it in the early 1970s. The combination was striking, elegant, and a complete departure from the image she has maintained for over half a century. To understand just how monumental this change is, you have to appreciate how steadfast and has been about her look. Since the early 1970s, she's resisted almost every trend, proudly sticking with her practical and instantly recognizable hairstyle. She once claimed in an interview that doing her hair takes no more than 15 minutes, brushing off the idea that it's some elaborate ritual. Yet even with its simplicity, that look became iconic. Television portrayals, including Netflix's The Crown, often used her hair as a visual shorthand for her personality, disciplined, traditional, and fiercely consistent. That's why seeing her step out with a completely different style sent ripples through the royal watching world. And those ripples quickly became waves online. Within minutes of the banquet photos being released, social media lit up with admiration. On X, formerly Twitter, one fan wrote, "Ma'am is serving looks tonight," while another commented, "This is such a flattering style, it makes her look even more regal." Royal fashion blogs dissected every detail of the change, noting how the softer silhouette framed her face and how the low bun subtly echoed styles worn by younger royals, such as the Princess of Wales and the Duchess of Edinburgh. But make no mistake, this was still very much an in look, understated, unfussy, and clearly chosen for practicality as well as elegance. Observers also couldn't help linking this new hair moment to other subtle shifts in Anne's style recently. In November 2024, at the Royal British Legion Festival of Remembrance, she quietly debuted a darker, richer chocolate hue in her hair, her first major color change in decades. At the time, it was seen as a refreshing but modest update, one that hinted she might be open to evolving her public image. Now, with this more dramatic restyling, that slow transformation feels intentional. It's as if, approaching her 75th birthday on August 15, 2025, the Princess Royal is signaling a new chapter, not just personally, but in how she wants to be perceived. This isn't the only area where and has surprised. Fashion commentators have noticed she's been bolder in her clothing choices, embracing brighter colors and more modern silhouettes. At the Household Division Musical Spectacular on July 16, she stepped out in a cobalt blue wrap dress paired with pearls, a sapphire and diamond brooch, and gloves that matched her dress perfectly. It was a striking, confident look, worlds away from the more muted ensembles she's favored in the past. Just weeks before, she wore another vivid cobalt outfit to an event at Windsor Castle, further cementing the impression that the Princess Royal is leaning into a more adventurous style era. Despite these changes, and remains the hardest-working member of the royal family, known for her relentless schedule of engagements, her dedication hasn't wavered, even through personal challenges. Recently, she recovered from a minor injury sustained earlier this year, yet was back to her duties with her usual determination. That steadfastness is part of why this hair change is so fascinating. It's a rare personal shift from someone who has built her public image on consistency and reliability. In the grand scheme of things, a hairstyle might seem like a small detail, but in royal circles, especially for someone as famously steadfast as Princess Anne, it can carry a great deal of symbolism. The monarchy is built on tradition, but it also survives by adapting, sometimes subtly, sometimes dramatically. By choosing to unveil a new look now, and shows she's not immune to reinvention. She's reminding the world that even the most traditional figures can surprise us, and that evolution doesn't mean abandoning who you are, it means refining it. Royal insiders suggest this may not be a one-off moment. Some speculate we could see more variations in her hair for future events, particularly as she celebrates her milestone birthday. Whether or not that happens, this state banquet appearance has already secured its place in the history of royal fashion moments. It's a reminder that style is not just about trends, it's about the story it tells. And in this case, the story is of a woman who has spent her life in service, who has weathered decades of public scrutiny, and who now, at nearly 75, is still finding ways to surprise and captivate. Princess Anne's hair transformation has proven that even the smallest changes can make the biggest statements. It's a signal of quiet confidence, of grace that's still evolving, and of a royal icon who refuses to be predictable. The world will be watching to see if this is the start of a new style chapter or simply a beautifully executed one-night-only change, but either way, it's a moment worth remembering. Make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more celebrity updates just like this.